Hi, it's Chris White, and I wanted to talk about a feature that I've been working on for EdgeRater version 5.0, and this feature is to do with getting data into Excel from external data sources. So you might have data within MetaStock, you might have data within High Growth Stock Investor, you might have data that's on the Yahoo website that you want to get into EdgeRater to produce your own reports, your own custom reports. And that is the feature that is now going to be released in a couple of weeks with EdgeRater version 5.0. What we're looking at here is a list of Excel templates which are really just pure Excel files that exist on your hard drive. Now let me show you the location, so just to prove they are really XLSX files. There's test.xlsx here, and then there's this US market summary template XLSX. So these are things that you can write within Excel, and they will show up within the list on the left hand side. Now there's a template that will be delivered with the system is US market summary template, and it contains a list of market indexes, and it will calculate the %B one-day change for those indexes. It will calculate the %B value for those indexes, and it will calculate the bandwidth for those indexes. And then it will populate all of these rows with the correct formatting. And all you have to do to actually get this to run is hit run. The first few rows will not have any data because there's a certain amount of prior bars required before it starts to calculate the data. For instance, now we're using a %B one-day change using 20 and 2 for the Bollinger Bands. You need 20 prior days before you can start calculating those values. So you can see that all the formatting is copied down into the cells, and it goes all the way down to the latest date, which was 9/9/11, which was Friday. Also, this report is not just produced within EdgeRater, it also exists on the file system as an Excel file. So if we go to reports, we'll see that US market summary template, and it's got a date attached to it. This is the actual report that we're looking at within EdgeRater. So I could open that up within Excel, and here we have exactly the same thing within Excel. And you can start to then manipulate the data if you wanted to within Excel. Now another report, I just wanted to show how easy it is to generate these little templates. The other thing that the other report I have in here is a test report, and it basically contains 3 or 4 columns. There's a date column, there's Microsoft looking for the close price of Microsoft, there's Microsoft looking for VZO 14, which is the volume zone oscillator, with a 14 period parameter attached to it, and then there's the close price of Apple. And if I run this template very quickly, the data is gathered and populated into the spreadsheet. What will happen actually if you have any special formatting on the first row here is that formatting will also be copied down into the subsequent rows. So you can set templates up very easily, and let me just bring over Excel and show you how this one is set up. We have a date column, we have the Microsoft symbol here, here again, and then we have the actual formula, and any formula can be entered in here provided it is chart script within EdgeRater, and there's over 100 different chart scripts that you have, and if you don't have the one that you're looking for, you can easily put that into EdgeRater also. And then we have a symbol for Apple. Now let me just add one here to show you how to do this. You would add, say if you wanted to add Google, you put Google here, and then you would also have to just make sure to name the cell, which is this box right here, to make sure that EdgeRater knows that it's a symbol. You do ERS underscore, in this case we'll use 4, this is my 4th symbol, but anything after the underscore is irrelevant. As long as EdgeRater sees that it has ERS underscore, then it knows that that is a symbol, and it will start populating the column. Now if I just save that, I come back into EdgeRater, I say reset this template, and now you see Google's been added in here, and I can just hit run, and you can see the close price for Google has been added into the column. Now, one of the benefits of doing this within EdgeRater and not just purely within Excel is that you now have extra services such as charting services that can be used. For instance, let me double click on this cell right here. Okay, what has happened behind the scenes here is that we have popped up a chart, and if because of screen real estate issues with this laptop and trying to do this video, I actually have to scrunch this up. But on a regular monitor, you could have these two windows at pretty much the best viewing size without having to scrunch them up. So what we can do is we can start to scroll through the values, and you can see the little highlight or annotation is changing to show you where you are. You can, if I move over to Apple, you see the chart has now changed to Apple, and we're now highlighting the Apple symbol, the Apple values. I move over to Google, and now we're looking at Google close price. So you can see that that service is actually quite nice. Often when you're working within Excel, you're looking at a bunch of figures, and it's you always really would like to go and see what the chart looks like at that point. And viewing this within EdgeRater allows you to do just that. This is also the mechanism that I'm using now to produce the buckets report. And this is a very custom report that's been done, so this isn't something that would be easily doable because it has a lot of custom functionality. But to give you an example of how that works, we just hit the run. Again, it will go ahead and process the data, and now it's produced many different sheets of information that used to take quite a while to put together. So that's just another way that, or another thing that's being done with this mechanism. So there's lots of great Excel integration capability now within EdgeRater version 5.0 to be released in a couple of weeks' time. So when Quotes Plus Database is no longer there and you no longer have that add-in, this will be a great way to produce the reports that you have always been producing, and also provide those extra services, and also provide you with an easy way to enter custom formulas that were always hard to do within Excel. So thanks for watching.